The Ten Commandments. God led the people of Israel through a wilderness to the shore of the Red Sea. He went before them during the day as a pillar of clouds, and at night he appeared as a pillar of fire. When they came to the edge of the Red Sea, the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the people to camp here for the night." Now when the Pharaoh realized that the people of Israel had all gone, he regretted what he had done. "Now we will no longer have them as slaves to serve us," he said. The Pharaoh quickly gathered together his army, and with more than 600 chariots, he set off to pursue the people of Israel. Soon the Egyptians came almost to the shore of the Red Sea. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over the sea. I will divide the water, so that the people may go on dry land through the middle of the sea." Then the Lord pushed the sea back with a strong wind, and the water was divided. The people of Israel went into the middle of the sea. They walked on dry land, and there was a wall of water on their left side, and a wall of water on their right side. The Pharaoh's men pursued them in chariots, and followed them into the middle of the sea. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Raise your hand over the sea, and cause the water to come back over the Egyptians." Moses did so, and the water returned and covered the Egyptians and their chariots and their horses, and all of them were washed away and drowned. But the people of Israel continued to walk on dry land in the middle of the sea until they came to the other side. Then the people of Israel gave thanks to the Lord. They knew the great power of the Lord, and they trusted his servant Moses. After this the people wandered in the wilderness. They went for 3 days and found no water. At last they came to a well, but the water was bitter, and they could not drink it. Then the people complained to Moses, "What shall we drink?" So the Lord showed Moses a small tree, and he threw it in the water, and the bitterness disappeared, and the people were able to drink. The people continued their wandering for 2.5 months, and when they had no more food they complained to Moses. And the Lord said, "I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people may go out to gather enough to eat every day." In the morning there was dew on the ground, and when the dew disappeared, there remained a small white substance. The people called it manna, and Moses said, "This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat." So the people ate it, and were no longer hungry. And they said that the manna tasted like wafers made with honey. When they came to Mount Sinai, Moses went up the mountain. And he spoke to the Lord, and the Lord said, "I shall come to you in a thick cloud 3 days from now, and I shall speak to you, so that the people will also hear." On the morning of the 3rd day, there was much thunder and lightning, and a thick cloud covered the mountain. The people heard a loud trumpet blast. Then Moses led them out of their camp to meet God, and they came and stood at the foot of the mountain. Much smoke covered the mountain, because the Lord came down to it in fire. The trumpet became louder and louder, and the ground trembled, and the Lord came down to the top of the mountain. Moses spoke to the Lord, and he answered in thunder. Then the Lord commanded that the people were to remain below at the foot of the mountain, and were not to come closer. But he called to Moses to come up the mountain. God spoke and said, "I am the Lord your God, who led you from slavery in Egypt." And the Lord gave to the people the following 10 commandments. 1. I shall be your only God. 2. Do not make images and worship them, for I am a jealous God, and I love only those who love me and obey my commandments. 3. Do not call to me using my name, unless it is for a good purpose. 4. Work for 6 days and rest on the 7th day. 5. Love and respect your parents. 6. Do not kill. 7. Do not commit adultery. 8. Do not steal. 9. Do not speak dishonestly about your neighbor. 10. Do not be envious of your neighbor's possessions. The Lord gave Moses 2 tablets of stone, and the commandments have been written upon them by the finger of God. The people were afraid because of the thunder and the lightning and the sound of the trumpet and the smoke. But Moses said, "Do not be afraid. For God has come to you so that you will know how to be good, and he only makes you afraid so that you will fear to do wrong.